HD3, WDCJ-FM, HD3, and worldwide at WOLDCnews.com.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
The following program is paid for by Barbara Arnwine.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
The topics, views, and opinions expressed on the air and via All Igniting Change with Barbara Arnwine, platforms by host Barbara Arnwine Esquire, guests, and supporters are their own and are independent of any organization, entity. Nothing said on the show or any of its platforms constitutes a client-attorney relationship or serves as legal advice counsel. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to Igniting Change, its platforms, or the show's host. It's time now for Igniting Change, a weekly provocative and empowering program where you, the listener, can ignite change. Now here's your host, Barbara Arnwine.
Get up, stand up for your right.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Igniting Change. Oh, do we have a good show for you today? You must listen, because we're going to be talking about the Transformative Justice Coalition's 10th anniversary celebration tomorrow. We're going to be talking about foot soldiers and the sacrifices they made 60 years ago. Oh, we're going to be talking about the new National Christian Leadership Movement, and we're going to be talking about the Young Advocates for Change. Oh, we got a lot to talk about. So let me bring up our amazing co-host. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the mighty leader of the board of the Transformative Justice Coalition, one of our nation's most amazing and valiant and brilliant attorneys. I am talking about none other than Daryl D. Jones. Hey, Daryl.
Hey, Barbara, it must be Tuesday, must be noon Eastern Standard Time, because we're talking about igniting change. My goodness, Barbara, today's show is just going to be really, really, really outstanding. I can barely wait to get into it. And, you know, Barbara, I got to give a shout-out to all the people that stood up and demanded that Jimmy Kimmel not be silenced and that the First Amendment be respected. And as a result, he returns tonight, Barbara. So a shout-out to those fighters for justice, Barbara.
Yes, and everybody mark your calendar right now. October 18th, No King's Day. October 18th, No King's Day. We want you in those streets. We want you making sure that this president understands he is not a king. He can't just demand people be taken off the air because they criticize him. I also apologize to the entire world for that speech this president gave today to the UN, telling all your countries can all go to hell. Your countries are all going to hell. I mean, can you believe he actually said that to the nation, to the world? So apologies, folks. You know, the other thing we want to mention right up front, if you're in Arizona, North Carolina, Georgia, and other states, there are elections today. Please, please be sure to vote. Vote North Carolina. Vote Arizona. Vote Georgia. Get out there. Get your vote on. And if there are other states where there are elections, make sure you're there voting right now. Okay. The other thing we wanted to say is we want to lift up always Free D.C. Free D.C. We want to say to everyone across the country, Washington, D.C. is under occupation. It shouldn't be. There's just no rationale for this other than this president being an oppressor, trying to be a dictator. We want to tell, if you're in the following states and your troops, your governors have sent troops to Washington, D.C., we want you to tell them to bring those troops home. So if you're in Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, West Virginia, Ohio, and South Carolina. Tell them right now, right, Daryl? Bring those troops home. Free D.C. Let the people of D.C. govern themselves. Let them become a state so that they have the power to be heard in this nation's quest for governance. Right, Daryl?
Absolutely, Barbara. We've got to be certain that we're vigilant in pushing forward D.C. to become the 51st state of the Union. I tell you, and I'll tell you again, we're not free until D.C. is free. We all have to be valued, and only way that D.C. will have its autonomy is to become a state of the United States, Barbara. So we've got to be certain we continue to push to make D.C. a state and tell those states to take their National Guards back home and take care of the business in their own state.
Right. And call your Congress people, your House of Representative members and your senators, and tell them to vote for D.C. autonomy or vote against the occupation. The other and the final thing we want to talk about, because, a lot of our show today is going to be talking about the black church and activism and how we bring up love in this country. But many of you are upset because you have heard about the vicious rap song that's out that is by white rappers and country singers called Hang Them Up High at Sundown. How about lynching folks and celebrating it? People, we got a long ways to go in this country, which brings us up to our show for today. Celebrating, the title of our show is Celebrating the Igniters of Change. Woo-hoo! We're the TJC 10th anniversary reception. Leaders of the new National Christian Leadership Movement and the Young Voices of Change. We are so happy because this year marks several important anniversaries, including the 70th anniversary of the Montgomery boycott, the 60th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, the 60th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the 10th anniversary of the Transformative Justice Coalition. With us are several amazing guests. So happy that we have here with today Kathy Sykes. The Honorable Kathy Sykes was recently installed as national chairman of the board of the new National Christian Leadership Movement and is a consultant with Southern Echo. Kathy Sykes is coordinator of Helping Hands Outreach Services Incorporated and serves as the Mississippi State Director for the League of Women Voters. Woo! She serves on the Jackson Municipal and Mississippi State Democratic Executive Committees. She has worked as a consultant for Oxfam America and Black Voters Matter since 2018. She is amazing. I could go on and on, but know that she is a graduate of Jackson State University, where she majored in biology, and she's done amazing work. We are so honored to have her with us today. Welcome, Representative Kathy Sykes. How are you?
I am doing great, Attorney Arnwine. And before I say anything, I just want to congratulate the Transformative Justice team on your 10th year anniversary. I know when you started out, folks were saying, well, what do we need with a new civil rights organization? And they're saying the same thing about the new National Christian Leadership Movement. But we have to move when the Spirit say move. And I follow Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture. And he would always say, organize, organize, organize. And if there's not an organization around you that you want to be a part of, start your own organization. And it's the important message is that we organize. And that's what we're doing. And congratulations on your 10th year anniversary. And remember, the power of the people is greater than the people in power.
Woo-hoo! Go on now. Speak. Bring that reality.
And let me just, has our president joined us yet?
Oh, well, we're going to introduce everybody. Let us go on and introduce him and everyone else. So hold on. Daryl, you want to bring up Rodreshia Russaw?
Oh, absolutely, Barbara. Rodreshia Russaw is one of those people, Barbara. She's the executive director of the Ordinary People Society. She is just an activist. She's just an outstanding activist. We've been with her in Selma, Alabama, where she's been on panels with the Transformative Justice Coalition. She's a visionary behind the Ordinary People Society's Voices for the Violated Reproductive Justice Project, VOV. She played a pivotal role in 2019 liberation of Marsha Johnson. She was co-founded the Alabama Election Protection Network and serves as a board member of the Alabama Forward. She, as part of the steering committee, she's a member of the steering committee, Southern Power Fund. Barbara, let me tell you, Rodreshia Russaw is just everywhere. The National Bailout Program, she's in it. Save Ourselves, that's where Rodreshia Russaw. Barbara, she formerly served with the Selma Jubilee, the Alabama Voting Rights Coalition, the New Justice Coalition. My goodness, she's just everywhere. And she was elected the vice chair of the Alabama Democratic Conference in 2021. All right now. Congressional district. Barbara, it's so great to welcome back to Igniting Change, Rodreshia Russaw. Rodreshia, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me once again on Igniting Change. And I love that we are fighting. Young folks are still fighting. I am just in awe of what just happened over this weekend. And I'm so happy to continue to serve as the treasurer for the new National Christian Leadership Movement under the leadership of Kenneth Glasgow, Pastor Kenneth Glasgow, and Dr. Clay and Kathy Sykes out of Mississippi. Man, I tell you, when we started this conversation about really fostering Christ-centered leadership in the forefront of our movement, and we talked about how there are a lot of organizations that are faith-based led and led by advocacy work. They are doing such a great job. And I think like right now where we're trying to fill in the gap is who is looking for the new thing, but also holding on to the history. And that's why it's so important that we hold that, to let people know, even in the new National Christian Leadership, we have folks that have led SCLC. We have people that have led, been with the foot soldiers, some of the things that you're getting ready to celebrate, Miss Barbara Arnwine. So it's not new people. We are trying to capture the new spirit of people, and the world is transforming and it's moving, and the justice system is continuing to fail us. Our own communities are continuing to fail us. And so what we're looking at is really equipping and empowering folks to lead with integrity. Unapologetically is our word, right? Know that we are leading movements across the whole nation.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And let us now bring up your president. Oh, yes. I am so happy to bring up one of our guests who's been on our show before, who has brought so much wisdom, and he is the leader of the new National Christian Leadership Movement. I am talking about Pastor Kenneth Sharpton Glasgow. He is an advocate for harm reduction, prison reform, and restoration of rights and opportunities for formerly incarcerated people, and is the founder president of the Ordinary People Society, TOPS Mama Tina Mission House. That's fed over 300,000 people in the past 15 years. He is the co-convener of the National Criminal Justice Coalition, and he is a state partner for the new Bottom Line campaign with DPA. He's a chaplain for the 2nd Congressional District and vice chairman of the Houston County ADC. He's instrumental in registering over 120,000 formerly incarcerated people to vote in the state of Alabama. Did you hear that, everyone? 120,000 formerly incarcerated people to vote in the state of Alabama. He is the first to win a lawsuit where people convicted with felonies never lose their voting rights in the state of Alabama, whether incarcerated or not. He is now the new president of the new National Christian Leadership Movement, and he is an amazing leader. We cannot begin on a radio host in his own right. So is Rodreshia Russaw. We are so happy to welcome you to Igniting Change back here again. Kenneth Glasgow, how are you, sir?
Oh, man, I'm doing all right. Barbara Arnwine and Doctor, it feels real good to be back with you all via radio. and to be able to talk to the people. I thank God for you coming down there. I mean, you really don't know. It was like the icing on the cake. I had an interview earlier with somebody who was asking me,